LRBT2 method argument, question 11. So we're figuring out, how do they create this argument? How do they reason? From the 10th century until around the year 1500, there were Norse settlers living in Greenland. Sounds like a fact to me. During that time, average yearly temperatures fell slightly worldwide. Cool, that's a fact. And some people claim that this temperature drop wiped out the Norse settlements by rendering Greenland too cold for human habitation. So we've got some people claiming this is another person's opinion here. So we're going to go ahead and pay attention to that. But it is a fact that some people are claiming this. So that's where we're going to, we're going to pay attention to this. Whenever some other people have a claim, our author hasn't weighed in yet, we want to know, are they agreeing, disagreeing, fixing? Let's see. But this explanation cannot be correct. Oh, yeah, they don't agree very much. Because Inuit settlers from North America who were living in Greenland during the time the Norse settlers were there continued to thrive long after 1500. So they say, hey, some people think the temperature drop wiped out everyone. It's too cold for humans to function. And our author's like, yeah, no, because the Inuits survived. So that is inaccurate. So we're figuring out what is the technique they use to support their argument. A, denying the relevance of analogy. So we're not talking about any analogies here. B, producing evidence that is inconsistent with the claim being opposed. Yeah, so we produce this evidence that Inuit settlers from North America were living in Greenland. Doesn't seem like evidence, but they say because settlers from North America were there, they continued to thrive. Like that is evidence. It's just a contrary fact. And that fact is inconsistent with the claim being opposed. And that claim is that the temperature drop wiped out Norse settlements because it wiped out everybody. Too cold for human habitation. But if there were Inuit settlers, aka humans, settling in that same place, that's inconsistent. So A is looking like a pretty strong answer. Or sorry, B is looking like a pretty strong answer. C, presenting an alternative explanation that purports to account for more of the known facts. We're not really giving an alternative explanation that accounts for more known facts. We're just giving an explanation based off of a different fact. Slightly different. If it were accounting for more of the known facts, they would say, oh, well, I actually don't know. They would say, oh, like this is what happened. Like we discovered that like some of these facts, like the temperature drop did like wipe people out, but I'm losing my steam here. But they would talk more about the facts already presented in the paragraph. Granted, there's not too many to work with, so that wouldn't really work for this answer choice. D, citing a general rule that undermines the claim being opposed. We're not citing a general rule, we're citing some new evidence. E, redefining a term in a way that is favorable to the argument's conclusion. So this is an example of some special pleading, if you're familiar with that term, or ambiguous terms. That's all that means. That doesn't happen here. We're using all the terms the way we exactly intend them to. So B would be the best answer choice for this question.